Let's be real. Most people don't have the courage to tell you straight that they don't like you. Instead, they hide behind fake smiles, empty compliments, and forced politeness. I've experienced it too, thinking someone was a friend, only to realize they secretly wished for my failure. It's harsh, but true. If you don't recognize the signs, you'll end up wasting time and energy on people who don't truly value you. So let's cut through the facade and go over the signs that someone dislikes you but is hiding it. You might not like what you discover, but facing the truth is always better than living in denial. They constantly joke about your flaws. We all know that person who loves to joke around, especially when it's aimed at you. They poke fun at your quirks, mistakes, and imperfections, all with a smile and a "just kidding" tag. At first it seems harmless, but let's not fool ourselves. These jokes are often more than just playful banter. They're calculated digs disguised as humor, chipping away at your self-esteem bit by bit. I've been there, laughing it off initially, only to notice a pattern. These jokes always targeted my weaknesses, never my strengths. It's a subtle manipulation, a test to see how much you'll tolerate, all while asserting dominance. Remember, true friends don't need to knock you down to feel better about themselves. Standing up for yourself when a joke crosses the line isn't weakness, it's self-respect. They offer compliments that feel more like insults. We've all experienced it. Someone gives a compliment that leaves a bitter taste, making you wonder if it was actually a compliment or an insult. These backhanded compliments subtly undermine you while pretending to be kind. I've had it happen, hearing things like, "This is actually pretty good for someone like you." It's a power play designed to keep you second-guessing yourself. Recognize these hidden digs for what they are, reflections of their own insecurities, not measures of your worth. They subtly exclude you from plans. Ever noticed friends forgetting to invite you to gatherings or events? They'll say it was last minute or assume you were busy. But let's face it, these oversights are often intentional. If they wanted you there, they'd make sure to include you. Passive aggression at its finest. These exclusions can wear you down if left unaddressed. Confronting it may feel awkward, but your self-worth is worth more than being someone's afterthought. They're only busy when it comes to you. "I'm so busy" becomes their mantra, yet they seem to have time for everyone else. It's not their schedule, it's their priorities. Being too busy for you is a polite way of saying they're not invested in your relationship. Your time and energy are precious, so don't waste them on someone who doesn't make you a priority. They avoid physical contact. Physical touch is a basic human connection, and when someone avoids it, especially selectively, it's a clear sign they're uncomfortable around you. If they're fine hugging others but stiffen up around you, it speaks volumes. Pay attention to these cues. Physical avoidance often signals an underlying issue. They vanish when you need support. Nothing tests a relationship like a crisis. True friends stick around when times are tough. If someone disappears when you need them, they're showing you where you stand in their life. Use this as a filter to focus on relationships that truly value you. They gossip about you behind your back. Gossip is a poison that destroys trust. When someone you consider a friend talks behind your back, they're actively sabotaging your relationship. Remember, if someone gossips to you about others, they're likely gossiping about you too. True friends build you up, not tear you down. When people joke about your shortcomings, they're not just messing around. These so-called jokes, which often target your vulnerabilities, serve a purpose beyond humor. They're testing boundaries, seeing how much you'll let slide. The digs are subtle, often cloaked in a "just kidding" guise, but their impact can be powerful. Over time, you may start to internalize these comments, doubting yourself and even questioning your worth. Don't let anyone diminish you under the pretense of humor. Real friends uplift. They don't tear down. When compliments sting more than they soothe, that's a red flag. Backhanded compliments are a subtle way for someone to assert control while keeping you questioning yourself. Comments like, "This is pretty good for someone like you," are not just discouraging. They're designed to keep you in your place. Recognize these veiled digs for what they are, a reflection of the other person's insecurities, not an assessment of your value. Own your worth and don't let sly remarks chip away at your confidence. Exclusion isn't always accidental. We've all felt the sting of being left out, especially when friends later claim it was an oversight. But if you're frequently forgotten, it's usually deliberate. Social exclusion can be a way to subtly indicate that you're not as valued as you thought. Rather than accepting excuses, confront the behavior directly. Your place in a group shouldn't be subject to someone else's whim. True friends make the effort to include you because they genuinely want you around. If someone's always busy with everyone except you, it's not about time, it's about priorities. Constant excuses and unavailability specifically towards you point to a lack of genuine interest in maintaining the relationship. Your energy deserves to be spent on those who make an effort to be part of your life, not on someone who only fits you in when it's convenient. Physical avoidance is another unspoken signal. While some people may not be naturally touchy, selective avoidance is a different matter. If someone avoids even casual touches around you, but is comfortable with others, it's a clear sign of discomfort. Pay attention to these cues. Physical contact reflects trust and connection. When someone withdraws from these gestures, they're also distancing emotionally. Disappearing in times of need speaks volumes about a person's commitment. When things get tough, true friends step in while others step back. If someone is only around for the good times, it's a signal that they're not invested in you. Recognize these patterns and prioritize relationships that offer real support, not just companionship in easy moments. Finally, gossip reveals a lack of respect. When someone you trust talks behind your back, they're not just sharing your story, they're actively eroding trust and connection. Gossip is rarely harmless. It's a betrayal that shows more about the person spreading it than it ever will about you. Be cautious of anyone who shares others' secrets with you. Chances are they're not protecting yours either. True friends are loyal both in your presence and absence. Physical contact is a fundamental part of how we connect with others, a silent yet powerful form of communication. When someone goes out of their way to avoid even casual touches with you, it's not just a personality trait, it's a signal of discomfort or distance. They might not openly express their feelings, but their body language speaks volumes. This avoidance creates a literal and figurative barrier, signaling that they are keeping you at arm's length. Recognize this behavior for what it is, a subtle yet clear message about the nature of your relationship. Support during tough times is another telltale sign of someone's true intentions. When life takes a downturn and you reach out, true friends are there even when it's inconvenient for them. If someone constantly vanishes when you're in need, that's a powerful message about where you stand in their life. They may celebrate your successes, but they're noticeably absent during struggles, leaving you to face hardships alone. This kind of behavior isn't just inconsiderate, it's a betrayal of the trust and support every strong relationship is built upon. Use these moments as a filter to focus on those who genuinely care. Perhaps the most insidious sign of hidden dislike is gossip. When someone you confide in turns your personal thoughts or struggles into social fuel, they're not just breaking trust, they're actively diminishing your relationship. Gossip isn't harmless. It's a way for someone to assert control over you without direct confrontation. Sharing your private matters with others is a sign of disrespect, showcasing their willingness to put you down for their gain. Remember that if someone gossips about others to you, it's likely they're discussing you with others as well. True friends honor your confidence and respect your privacy. In all these signs, there's a common thread: hidden agendas and subtle manipulations that undermine trust and erode your self-esteem. Recognizing these behaviors is essential for protecting your well-being and surrounding yourself with people who uplift rather than drain you. It's challenging to confront the truth that some relationships are not as supportive or genuine as they seem. Yet by acknowledging these behaviors, you empower yourself to set boundaries, seek more positive connections, and invest in people who truly value you. Ultimately, life is too short to waste on fair-weather friends and hidden hostilities. Surround yourself with those who genuinely appreciate your strengths, respect your boundaries, and support you both in good times and bad. When you choose relationships that build rather than break you, you'll find a sense of peace and self-worth that no superficial friendship can provide. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more content on similar topics, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss new episodes. It would be great to hear your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to give us a like if you found this information useful.